Tessie, let's start by talking about your son.
So Brian is my oldest son. He loved his family, he loved his friends. He was just full of love.
When you lost Brian to suicide, what kind of support did you receive?
Loss makes you look at people differently, and people look at, the person who's lost someone differently.
I think if you're a part of an organization, that is connected with that individual, with that family, with that group, being okay reaching out and asking what they're comfortable with. Even when there is stigma, sometimes individuals or families are okay talking about it a little bit.
People act like it's contagious. And so it's not so much of a, what did you do wrong that, you lost your son to suicide. It was more, let me stay away from you so nothing happens to the people I care about.
First leaders of any organization, whether it's a workplace, a church group, a school, a university, they should make sure they themselves are kind of informed and educated about grief, knowing that there's no one way for grief to look. And grief is a really long process sometimes, especially for suicide loss survivors.
How do we as an organization support that type of creation of how to help people, the resources that are available?
Ohio Suicide Prevention Foundation really tries to be a leader in both prevention as well as postvention. And so we work with many community partners, many stakeholders who find this work important and find ways to spread that message and get it out to the local community statewide so that they can then start to disseminate that into the community. So again, those people who find themselves suffering from suicide grief or are struggling with mental illness know that there are these resources and they know where to go and how to get access to them.
How did you move forward? What helped you get through?
Someone from Franklin County Loss called me, they reached out, and they were just saying, hey, we heard about your loss, and I had a loss as well, and I just wanted to offer you support. But it was that little action of getting that phone call from someone who had also lost someone. It kept me believing that it could get better.
Local leaders shape how suicide grief is understood and supported. So by using clear, non-stigmatizing language, leading with empathy, showing vulnerability, and ensuring visible and accessible support are ways that leaders can model that compassionate response as well as reduce stigma. I believe that compassionate leadership means showing humanity, refusing silence, and really speaking thoughtfully as you're putting these resources out into the community.
I want to make sure that we're talking a little bit about what you're doing now to help other suicide loss survivors. Tell us about that.
So what do I do now? I am a volunteer for LOSS, which used to be Franklin County Loss. It is an organization that supports those who have lost someone to suicide. It's actually healing for me. I'm at a place where I need to know that other people don't have to be alone. And what I really like about volunteering there is that it is building a new community of people who understand.